Welcome to 25/7 News. I'm Carrot O'Brien, and today we have a juicy story about the Crusades. But first off, here's the weather from Nighthawk.
Thanks, Carrot. Today, I'm going to tell you about the weather. Over here, it's nice and sunny. Down here, it's pretty snowy. And right around here, it's some shining skies. There we go!
Thanks, Nighthawk. The first of the Crusades began in 1095 when armies of Christians from Western Europe responded to Pope Urban II's plea to go to war against Muslim forces in the Holy Land. The Crusades were a series of religious and political wars fought between 1096 and 1291 for control of the Holy Land. Pope Urban II initiated the First Crusade, which was 1096 to 1102, in order to aid the Christian Empire, which was under attack by Muslim Seljuk Turks. 4 armies of crusaders were formed from troops of different Western European regions, led by Raymond the Saint, Godfrey of Bouillon, Hugh of Vermandois, and Bohemond of Taranto, with his nephew Tancred. They were set to depart for Byzantium in August 1096. Is that all I have? And here's Darth with the strategies and tactics used in the Crusades.
Thanks, Carrot. The main military weapon is the mounted knight, reinforced with heavy cavalry. Small 1-2-4, a tactic for starting at the enemy lines to start a war. Shock tactics are being used against the knights. The Crusaders' military tactics have been said to come from both common sense and knowledge from the Byzantine and the Roman military tactics. The Crusaders are sent by the Pope or the leader to do attacks.
Thanks, Darth. Now here's Ichabod Adams with the Battle of Hattin.
Thanks, Carrot. I'm here to talk about the Battle of Hattin. The Battle of Hattin took place on July 3rd and 4th, 1187. The Christians lost the Battle of Hattin to the Muslim forces of Saladin. Losing the battle meant that the Christians couldn't hold the major city of Jerusalem and other smaller held cities. The Battle of Hattin took place near the Sea of Galilee. Fun fact, the Crusades were the attackers during the Battle of Hattin. The Muslim general was Ayyubid Sultan, or known as the West as Saladin. The defeat of the Christians is the cause of the Third Crusade, which happened 2 years after the Battle of Hattin.
Thanks, Ichabod. Now here's Nighthawk with the treatment of enemies and prisoners.
Thanks, Carrot. I'm here to talk to you about the treatment of enemies and prisoners during the Crusades. The treatment of enemies and prisoners was very bad at the time. Men were torched and executed. Others were forced to jump off of high buildings. And sometimes when Muslims had prisoners, they weren't always sentenced to death, although some were executed because of crimes they committed in Mecca. Some of the prisoners were enslaved or renamed. The Muslim government or owners of the prisoners were expected to treat them well, clothe them, feed them, and take care of them. At times, prisoners were able to free themselves by changing their religion. Because men were in the military and fighted against them, they enslaved them or killed them. But women and children were never killed, but they were enslaved at some times. Back to you, Carrot.
You spelled so many words wrong. Thanks, Nighthawk.
Sure.